Janie here, the Mindfulness Coach, offering tips and tools for mindful living and loving. One of my favorite things to do is sit on like large, massive rocks. Rock and stone has a lot of symbolism to it. It's also a great way to ground. You know, it's like dirt, sand. I'll even like walk on little like pebbles like that, but you know, barefooted. Right now I still have my shoes on. By the way, these are some of my favorite shoes. Love these shoes. Oh, and look, there's the American flag there. Wait, where is it? Let's see, can I get it? There it is. The United States of America. How united are we really, guys? Like, that's a level of denial. That goes back to personal growth. Like, how are you causing a ruckus within thy own self, within your own little like world here? Because this is a war. There's a battle and a war going on inside of us. And when you rectify all your stressors and your triggers and all these things, and you learn how your mind and your body work, you start to learn how to create harmony within thyself. What are the pieces? What are the virtues and the pieces of peace that you need to master in order to master peace? Because everybody is a masterpiece. Okay, a piece of master here to masterpiece. Okay, so rewind that and then you can listen to that again. But peace is not about like just always being like kumbaya and everything is like, ooh, and you're so happy all the time. It's not really about that. It's about understanding you live in a world of chaos, but you're not of it. So when you start to do things and flex things and heal things so that you become the eye of the hurricane, the eye of the tornado, the piece of peace that lies within the chaos, that starts to change your life in a lot of ways. All of your relationships start to flourish. Because why? Because now you're having a more real, intimate relationship with thyself. You're learning what it means to self-regulate and self-control. And now all of a sudden, the things that were causing you so much distress and things that were agitating you and pissing you off, when you really dig deep and get real curious about why what robs you of your peace, and when do you want to give somebody a piece of your mind? Like, giving somebody a piece of your mind is actually disturbing your nervous system and causing inflammation, which then sets you up for illness and disease, dis-ease. You're not at ease. What is causing you to not be at ease? There's a lot of not easiness right now going on in the world. There's like this battle that's going on and has been for eons between people, and there's people like, and when we pick a side, we're already missing the whole understanding of what this is really about. You're getting lost in the sauce. And then you're just perpetuating the story that it is time for us to recreate. And all people, all religions, everybody deserves liberty and justice and peace and safety. And I mean, what do we all really want at the end of the day? That's what we got to get really clear on. And how are each of the nations causing disruption to peace, really? And why? Why do we believe that war and these tactics are going to create safety and peace? Like, haven't we been playing that out long enough? You know what I mean? Like, we get all like, primal tribal, you know, instead of sort of like this divine family, we go into this like primal way and we start using our differences to divide us, and that causes destruction and it destroys us. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like being proud of where you come from and being proud of your heritage and being proud of your culture. How can we restore peace between people? How do we learn how peace talks? Humanity lacks civility because we lack authenticity, because authenticity has everything to do with vulnerability and humility. And there's a lot of pride, a lot of nationalistic patriotism and religiosity ideologies that divide us, and we get lost in the sauce and we forget like what unites us. I got this really cool acronym one time in meditation. When I say meditation, sometimes it's not like intentional meditation. It's more like meditative when I feel like unconditional love is speaking to me and sharing some wisdom, imparting something onto me, for me, from me, whatever you want to say, right? Whatever you want to say. But here it was like patience. Okay? If you lack patience, but you're like, oh, I wish they weren't quick to anger, but then you're not really like seeing how you're being like that, you know? So this is about us just acknowledging our hypocrisies. That's going to help you a lot in personal transformation and growth. There's all these tools you can use to create space between you and the reactivity that you want to autoplay again. We can learn how to pilot the autopilot, the conscious and the unconscious. You could create a bridge. It's called RAS, R-A-S, reticular activating system. Look it up, okay? But that takes some practice of a lot of inner self-dialogue and inquiry and reflection and introspection and da-da-ba-da-ba-da-doo-doo-dee-dee-da-da-da. Equanimity. Okay, equanimity is evenness. That's what that means. Look up these words if you, especially etymology. That goes back to self-care and self-regulation and really knowing thyself and knowing the mechanisms of the body and the mind and how they're all interfacing and why you're acting the way you're acting and why you're seeing what you're seeing. But eventually, when you do that enough, it just becomes your default system. The paz mesa means peace within. Okay, that's like a practice. Like I am paz mesa. I am the peace within, and then you're able to project that peace out into the world. So that's a whole thing. It's like a program. I'm putting it together. Okay, I'm working on it, people. PEAA, acceptance. Acceptance, accept and allow that which is showing up. But that doesn't mean accept abuse. There's healthy boundaries involved in the word acceptance. Okay, so acceptance is like accepting the fact that you are connected to all things, accepting the laws of the universe that are playing a role in every breath you take, accepting that choices that you're making are falling under the law of cause and effect. So when things show up, it's an opportunity for us to rectify some imbalances or see things that maybe we didn't see before. This life is like a game. Okay, you can see it in a different. Oh, it's just a pretty butterfly flying, but if you learn to see life for what it actually is, then you can participate in it in a completely different way because your perspective changes. And that's the whole point of this. It's like we have a certain mindset, a psychology that we've been like playing out and buying into, and we can rise above that. Okay, that's what Paz Mesa program is all about. It's like, how do we rectify our humanity and our divinity? Because the truth is, we are two things at the same time. You are the wave and the particle. You got light powering up the body right now. Okay, without that light or energy or consciousness, awareness, soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it, God, G, I don't call it what you want. That is the thing that is powering up my heart at this very moment, is the thing that's powering up the entire universe, and that exists inside of me. Okay, now this is temporal, but that is eternal. So I am both an eternal and a temporal being, hybrid. Okay, so when you learn how to like rectify all that and integrate it, you really turn into your optimal self, which is the goal, because once you do that, you experience more joy, vitality, creativity, and prosperity in all ways. You bring your paz mesa into your everyday life, into your parenting, into your partnership, into your professional life. Like, come on, people, let's be the paz mesa. Okay, be the peace you want to see in the world. All right, so going back to PEA, acceptance, allowance, it's also accountability. It's a lot of things, okay? Okay, C, compassionate curiosity. We gotta return to the mind of a child. Also too, when people upset you, when they're saying you hurt me, right away we want to defend and then negate their feelings or their experience. Maybe there's some holes in what's going on, but get compassionately curious about how you're inflicting pain in that moment. That takes practice, that takes patience, equanimity, and all these other things, right? So there's all these things within the word. Okay, so compassionate curiosity, and then E, equality, equity, level, equal respect for every human being on this planet. Equality of importance, and the fact that we've experienced, just like this whole master-slave situation and superiority, inferiority, and using our differences to instigate hate. You know, hate is something that's learned. It's something, it's a sickness that needs to be healed, which is this idea of certain human life matter more than others. Certain races, certain cultures, certain genders matter more than others, and therefore they can be suppressed and oppressed. And that's caused a lot of depression over the years. I know not everybody is exactly the same, and I understand that there are differences, okay? And that doesn't mean that when I say equality that we have to go into this space and place where everything and everyone is exactly the same. That's not what I'm saying. We can hold our individuality and our uniqueness while still seeing our similarity. There's a singularity within multiplicity. Okay, I believe that every soul, like everything that's living and breathing, is a creation of the creator that we're all an extension of. And for that, they deserve love and kindness and respect. That's what we need to look at. Are the systems of the world being, are they fair and just? Are they aligning with that which is for the greater good of the people? You really got to do your research so that you can get the full picture of what's going on before you can decide, because what we all need to come together and say, hey, like all life matters, period. All colors matter, all life matters, Everybody's heart matters. Okay, so do your part to create that pause mesa pulse, okay, because you can rectify that nervous system of yours, your heart rate variability, and don't underestimate the changes that you do on thyself, because a lot of people are healing generational traumas right now, and so I commend anybody that is doing their best to rise above the bullshit and be the love and the peace and the prosperity that we want to see in the world. Peace be. Thank you for watching. To be a part of my mindfulness community, visit JanieTerrazas.com, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me at Janie the Mindfulness Coach.